Okay, I'm going to see how easy it is to cut some of this craft foam board. I want that to be 10 inches. Got a cutting wheel here. Not that easy. So I'm going to try something else. A knife. That's a lot easier. But I think I can do a better job off camera. So these are going to make the walls of a maze for a robot to run in. So I'll just show how that's done in a sec. This craft foam board is really inexpensive. It's $1.50 or so for a sheet, and you can cut different shapes of panel from it. I've used it to make a cover for my 3D printer to keep the dust off and keep the heat in. It's an insulating foam, so it's a pretty good from both of those perspectives. I'll put a picture in the video. And I've 3D printed some brackets. Here's a corner bracket that allows me to joint various pieces together. Here's just a joint bracket which allows me to join two straight pieces together. And I have these T-brackets as well, which can make a T-joint so that I can have an arbitrary maze. And I've printed a whole box full of these things so that I can make a bigger maze, but just to show how it goes together. Okay, so I can take a foam board and a corner piece and insert it into the corner. I can make that corner piece into a T-joint if I want, by putting a sheet across the back to create a T-joint. Or I can just put it at the corner to make a corner. And if I put one on top, it pretty well locks it in place as a solid joint, like that. And I can pick the whole maze up by having these fairly stiff connections, and they make perfect right angles, so that's all good. Here's a T-joint just to show how it goes. I can make a T-joint in the middle here. And again, it can pick up easily. So I can make an arbitrary shape of a maze. Of course, another thing I can do is just add a piece on to the end with these extension joints, like that, and it picks up and holds the whole thing fairly rigidly, so there's no the foam board is so light that these joints work the way they are. You could, of course, tape things together to get a little bit more stiffness, but I don't think it's necessary. So I'll just show what my robot looks in a section of the maze, and you'll get an idea of how these things work. Okay, that's my little robot sitting in a little bit of a channel for a maze. Just from a couple of different angles. You can see the ultrasonic sensors here and some infrared optical distance sensors here and here.